I'm going to introduce you to David Kolb and his experiential learning theory. Now, there are two ways in which this theory can be looked at. The first way being that we learn best when we move through all four stages. According to Kolb, there are four different stages of the learning process, the first stage being concrete experience. Now, let's say that you are teaching a class, like I am now. That could be a concrete experience. The next stage is reflective observation. Now, you have taught the class and you're reflecting on how engaged the students were, what went well, what didn't go well, and maybe what you can do differently next time. The next stage of this process is called abstract conceptualization. This is the brainstorming and strategizing part of the process. This is where you might consider doing small groups or including a TED Talk in your next class. The following stage of the process is active experimentation. This is where you put those things you are brainstorming into action and use them. Maybe this class you try using the small groups, and if that doesn't work, you move to trying peer-to-peer interaction. Kolb would say that optimal learning is obtained when we move through all four stages. Often, we only move between concrete experimentation and abstract conceptualization. We teach a lesson, we brainstorm, and then we teach another lesson, and then we brainstorm again. We need to take more time to pause, to stop and think about the lesson. Kolb would suggest that we need to take more time to reflect on our experiences. The second way of looking at Kolb is to say, in these four stages we have a default position. If our default position is between active experimentation and concrete experience, that is known as the accommodator. This is the person who got a new iPhone, took it out of the package without reading the instructions, and just started experimenting with it. They think and then they do. These are the type of people who get things done, who take risks, and initiate. If a person's default is to fall between concrete experience and reflective observation, this is known as the diverger. This is probably the person who gets a new cell phone and then calls their friend to ask them how they put it together and if they can help them understand their phone. These are the types of people who are open-minded, who also brainstorm and understand people. If a person's default falls between reflective observation and abstract conceptualization, they are known as the assimilator. These are the types of people who read the manual. Why wouldn't you read the manual? They are the planners, the ones who create models and develop theories. If a person's default falls between abstract conceptualization and active experimentation, they are known as the converger. They are the people who use their prior knowledge or use logical reasoning to understand their iPhone. These people solve problems, make decisions, and are logical and reason deductively. According to Kolb, people have a default learning mode. They are definitely able to move from one position to another, but it is much more difficult for them to do so.